You know, it's whatever, baby. You know, it's whatever, baby. You know, it's whatever, baby. You know, it's whatever, baby.
All right, so we're here on this blessed day, wonderful moment, all that. Season 2 of Whatever by Hektek, by yours truly, Hektek from Hektek Desires. Photography. Every week, I don't know, I try to add another hat to my many hats that I wear. But, you know, I don't like to say porn star because I don't feel like I'm a star. But person that does erotic videos, facilitator, photographer, videographer, all of the above. It's yours truly, me. I am joined by someone that I met on another show that I was co-hosting on. And I knew I needed to get her on because she seemed open. Not in that way, but open with conversation. If you don't mind, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell people what it is that you do.
I'm Petty Ass Punkin. I'm a rapper from the Midwest. I'm born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, but I'm based in Des Moines, Iowa.
Okay. So first things first, how did you come up with the name? I know some of these questions you've probably been asked a million times, but for my viewers getting to know you, I'm going to ask you some redundant questions, and then we're going to get into the hard-pressing questions. All right?
Okay. I got you.
Yeah. So how did you come up with the name?
So when I first started rapping, which was about 3 years ago, my name was Punkin. And so Punkin is like a family hood nickname type shit. And my nickname was Punkin Tail because ever since I was little, I had a little round pumpkin booty. So they named me Punkin Tail. So
Okay.
when I got a little bit older, I took that shit off and I started just going by Punkin. But when it came time to trademark my name and shit, I saw that it was this stud female rapper and her name was Punkin. So I didn't want to really, get into too much of fighting for a motherfucking name. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just take this as an opportunity to figure out something to make this more unique. And so I started going through my personality traits and shit like that. And it was pretty at first. So I started with pretty.
So that's what I thought it was. I'm not even going to cap. And then when the emails, I was like, no, it's not pretty.
No, so I never kept it as pretty. It was just, I asked one of my friends, we were like, should it be the way I look or should it be the way you act, bitch? And we end up going with the way I act.
So you're petty is what you're saying.
I am petty. I am.
Okay, what's the most pettiest shit that you've done?
The most petty, okay.
Yeah.
What is the most pettiest thing that I have ever done? I did not sign to this label that was trying to sign me because they dropped this girl to sign me. So I didn't trust it and I didn't sign at all. And they dropped her thinking they was going to sign me. And I ended not signing with their ass.
I don't think that's petty though. I don't think that's petty though. No, I think you probably stood on business and you probably was like, if you're quick to drop her, you're going to be quick to drop me too when it's convenient for you. So I would say that's a business move. You made a calculated business decision. And yeah, I don't think that's petty. I could tell you something to petty. I had an ex one time.
Okay.
And we used to live together. And when we broke up, this hoe took the chicken out of the freezer. Like she
that you thought you was gonna eat with another bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, she took the chicken and I was just like, yo, that's insane. Like that's crazy. So that's what I think of petty. So yeah. Anything else come to mind?
I have been petty like that, but I've taken it to like extremes more than anything. I mean, petty is like an understatement. It gets a little toxic. It gets a little crazy. So motherfuckers just went with petty because why would you do all of that? Why would you do all of that?
All right. So what's the most toxic shit that you've done then?
The most toxic shit that I've done is I cut one of my ex's faces open type shit with a butter knife. And I spent a little time in jail, on, a little pretty time in that motherfucker on that. But that's why I mean, when I like, it's petty, but
so for the fact you went and got the dullest shit you could get.
Look, you said ask and don't judge, okay?
I'm not judging. I'm just saying for you to pass over all the sharpness and go for the dullest thing you could get, like you would probably just gnawing on his face.
No. Female, first of all, and it was in the heat of the moment. I slid that little thing across her face, but we still back in good standing now.
Hell no. You cut me with a butter knife, it's through forever.
I don't even like talking about it too much because I feel like this her story, low key. But I was there, shit.
So if you throw me in jail, if you call the cops, throw me in jail, now cut me with a butter knife? Yeah, there's no spinning the block.
So hectic. That was the neighbors. The neighbors did that shit. They heard we was in there rumbling on my mama. I told you it was a female. We was in there.
Yeah. So that's something that I normally when females are done with dudes, they be like, well, go fuck with bitches, But there's a whole other set of problems that come with that side as well that most people ain't prepared for. So which one do you prefer?
I have come to the consensus that I don't prefer neither one of these motherfuckers. I'm having a good time. It's been fun. But when it comes to dealing with women, they are so emotional. And I am a female too. I'm very feminine, but I got a little masculinity to me that don't have me tapping into all of that shit all the time. But when it comes to niggas, sometimes they just can do too fucking much. Niggas just be niggas. And I want a certain type of nigga to fuck with if I'm a fuck with a nigga, because it's already a nigga.
Okay, so since you brought that topic up, what is your ideal build and all that?
My ideal build a nigga is a nigga who make his own money, but not only that, he got a second income to make me some money. And on top of that, I got my own income and I'm making my own money. That's my ideal nigga. So you're making two incomes and he's making the second income for you. Well, his perspective is what matters. If he could be, if you want to see it as three incomes, but I would prefer a 3-income household. No, I mean, I'm not poly or anything, but when people bring that up, I'm like, yo, adding an extra body with an extra check looks kind of right. And I don't want to be bothered all the time. So y'all go fuck on each other and I'll go and do other shit. Like, I'm okay with that. So that's just me. Every dude ain't. I be thinking about that a lot. And I do think maybe in the future, I want something like poly, maybe a nigga and a woman. You want to do 2 dudes? I would do as many dudes as they'll let me do, because niggas be niggas be bad competitive and shit. So as many as you let me fuck with, I would do. But yeah, I would just do one woman, one man. Okay. But then y'all cycles to sync up and then no one wants to deal with that shit either. You get what I'm saying? It's a whole nother ballpark. And I love women. I respect women, all of that. I love to have sex with women, all of that. But it's a whole nother ballpark. Okay. Okay. So you got the petty for cutting people with butter knives. Because how did we get there? To this little, I don't know. So if you're not paying attention, that's why this show is Whatever by Hektek, because you just never know what avenues. Because I'll think of something random, and that's just where we go. So you got petty for cutting people with butter knives. You got ass because you got ass, and pumpkin because that's a nickname. Makes sense. Sum that shit up, huh? Mind you, it wasn't just a butter knife. When I first moved out here, tell on myself. Because if you gonna sum some shit up, hold on. When I first moved out here, was a lot of other shit going on. I was stripping at this club out here.
Yeah.
And I took my girlfriend in there with me one day, and we end up stealing these bitches' purse type shit and taking their money. So there's a lot of shit that was going on when I first kicked off Petty This, Petty That.
So crazy enough, I'm gonna tell this story and people gonna look at me fucked up. So I used to live in Tennessee and Kentucky, right? And my homie, my roommate at the time, he was from Louisville, right? So he was like, "Hey, let's I'm gonna take you back home. You know, you're gonna get mom's, cooking, boom, boom, boom." So later on that night, we went out lit. I was lit. He was like, "I'm gonna take you to the strip club." So we go to the strip club, we spend a little, and then we leave. And as we leaving, he's like, "Yo, look what I got." So he ended up robbing one of the strippers.
Oh.
So he had the whole Crown Royal bag, you know what I mean? You know that's the signature shit. So he had and then we just end up going through her shit. And all she had for real was just a bunch of weed. And none of us smoked. Man, nah.
What's she doing all night?
Needless to say, she was the wrong one. So yeah, all she had was weed.
Damn.
So yeah, but it was crazy that you said that because I just told this story. I think it was yesterday, matter of fact, and I laughed about it low key because that shit was years ago.
Yeah, it was years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't do the robbing no more.
How old are you?
How old do you think I am?
I want to say 36.
Bless your heart.
Did I hit it or not? He's talking about bless your heart.
Nah.
I'm fine.
Yeah. You are. There's some gaps. So.
Tell me.
Huh?
You don't even got to tell me. I would think you 36.
We gonna keep it pushing then. We're gonna keep it pushing. So, okay. So, which step did you go first? Did you go stripper first, then rapper, or rapper, then stripper?
I was a stripper first. When I was in Chicago, I hit 18 and I started doing parties in mansions and shit, dancing for niggas with money. And then when I got out here, I started stripping on the pole and shit like that. But I didn't want to strip no more. But I had to go back to the pole because after that incident, when I sliced Shorty up, they took away
with the butter knife.
It was only so many ways that I could make money. So I went back to the pole. And once I didn't have to get on the pole no more, I stayed off. And I ain't been back since type shit.
So how long ago was that?
I have not stripped since I was probably 23. So probably 4 years ago.
Okay. So I told you you're going to find out a lot more about me than I'm probably going to find out about you. Crazy enough, I used to be a GM at a strip club.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I started off as a DJ and then worked my way up and became manager. And I was so proud of my managerial skills. All the women pretty much hated me for the most part because I made their ass work. But towards the end of me, like before I left, every chick in that club made money every night they worked.
You made sure they ass was standing around this shit?
Yeah. 100%. Oh, you can't sit up under no customer. Hey, 15 minutes. If you with a customer past 15 minutes, hey, you wasting your time. You feel me? Like, I had rules. So, yeah, you couldn't just come in here on no okie doke. Oh, and don't think you gonna not work the rest of them days, but you just gonna come in Friday, Saturday. Nah. Hell no.
Yeah, that's giving me. That's giving me.
Yeah.
Oh, my mama.
Yeah. So yeah. So I had my little fun in the strip clubs. It was. I go back every now and again. I might DJ here, be security here.
Period.
Just to do some shit, but yeah, I can't do it for a long period of time because you realize how many people do certain things but ain't really serious about what it is that they do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But, bro, like, how many people in there finna be serious? They just trying to grab their bread. Ain't no bitch. I'm finna be a professional pole dancer. Like,
I mean, they might not go in there like that, but if you clock in 10, 15 years, you pretty much became a professional pole dancer.
Right. At that point, you
might as well take it seriously.
Right.
So
maybe traveling with that shit.
No, because people, so a big common thing that normally happens with me is people will ask me for advice or how to do some shit, but you will realize they really don't want to work for what it is that they really asking for.
Yeah.
So if I say, hey, you gotta go down this alley and pick up $1 million, but you might have to step in some dog shit. Most people, once they step in the dog shit, they give up.
Yeah, that's how it go.
So you really didn't want that $1 million. You thought you did. It looked good. It appeared to be good, but it was too much for you. So, yeah.
That's how it go. I live by what I've been living by for probably about 8 years. I call it, how bad do you want it? Because I know don't shit get to you. So, like, I got a patent and everything of that shit. How bad do you want it? That's the bottom line.
So do you say morning mantras and all that when you, like, looking in the mirror, you be like, hey.
You're fucking bad. I be saying shit like that. But when I wake up, I pray. I might do an egg cleanse or something, do some rituals. I do little crazy shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, to cut someone with a butter knife, I don't really, and that's going to be my running joke for this whole show, just to let you know. I'm not even going to put it past you that you have some ways about you that people just ain't prepared for.
And yes, I do, and that's why sometimes it could be like I'm seeming like so calm, cool, collected, or quiet, or trying to be smooth. I'm fighting demons in my motherfucking head. I'm trying to chill.
So, what's your sign? And then that let me know how to handle you.
I'm Sagittarius.
Oh, you have either your birthday's coming up or you already had one, right?
Yep, it was on Thanksgiving.
I know my signs.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to get to some of these hard pressing questions. And the crazy thing is right, when I found out that you were going to be on the show, I really put some thought into these questions.
Good.
I really was like, all right, because I know you probably get asked some okie doke questions. So I want to be like an actual journalist while doing this. I'm going to say some fucked up shit, but I took time on these questions.
Go ahead.
All right. So, can you share a personal experience that inspired you for one of your most provocative songs?
And I get to say which provocative song is the most provocative. I
sure.
think what's that? Pussy Pink or Neil Armstrong the most provocative?
Wait. Why do you have a song named Neil Armstrong?
Because it's like ass so fat you could see it from the moon. Like that nigga Neil Armstrong.
Okay. I got the first one. Neil Armstrong had me stuck for a second. I was like, wait a minute.
But it sound real wholesome on my mama. It sound real wholesome, but Pussy Pink nasty as fuck too. But what you say?
What inspired you?
What inspired me?
Yeah.
When I wrote Pussy Pink, what the fuck was Pussy Pink even about? I got so much music that is insane. Make a bitch say, ooh, do that again. I was just thinking about this experience and I wrote about that shit on my mama. And yeah, I was fucking with this nigga in Philly at the time when I wrote that song.
Okay. And so why the Pussy Pink? Like, what happened that you were like, I got that shit?
I wasn't gonna name the song Pussy Pink at first, but the shit and I'm talking about painted slips pussy pink or some shit like that, I'm like, okay, yeah, I gotta name that pussy pink because I'm talking about riding his face and shit, paint that nigga lips pussy pink. And I'm like, yeah, this the song, this the one.
Okay, and the Neil Armstrong.
And Neil Armstrong, so that's on a sample beat. I can't remember what beat. Is I could see you coming in, yeah, some shit like that. And it sounds like it's outer space type.
Oh, you talking about Phil Collins in the Heat of Night?
It might be in the Heat of Night. It's a black person though.
Okay.
R&B song. I'm gonna send you it. I always
okay.
But it sounds like it's in outer space and shit. And then the shit that I'm talking about, because when I heard it, I just instantly started writing like I'm on some sexy shit out of space. Because you know the whole EP is a freaky EP. So I'm like sexy shit out of space, talking about niggas coming on my Milky Way and shit like that. Let me name it Neil Armstrong. Because I like that I didn't say the name of the song in it. So I like titles like that.
So you like where people have to like be like, well, how did she come up with this?
Yeah, I like making people think.
Okay. All right. I hear you. So then I'm going to be bouncing all over the place. So you started stripping, and then what made you go into rapping? Like, what was it that inspired you and was like, this is my lane
now? When I was fucking with my ex-boyfriend, and me and him, before we dated, we had known each other since elementary school. So I had saw a lot of shit that he had been through. And once we started fucking with each other, he was rapping and shit. And then I saw him in the studio just talking about the shit he was talking about. And I'm like, okay, I remember this. I remember it. But I thought it was wrong how he kind of made a poem out of it, but put it on a beat. And that's what inspired me to start talking about the shit that I had gone through. Because it's my story as well, like motherfucker too. So, and yeah, he just encouraged me. And I kept going.
Do you feel like your rapping is a form of therapy for you?
Hell yeah, it is. I need therapy, but I'm not going. Oh, my mama.
Why you not going? If you know you need it, why not go?
Because they know I don't need some people in my business. I'm a therapeutic past myself, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to do that myself.
But you know they can't tell nobody else, right?
I don't know. I don't care because, look, let me tell you something.
Okay.
I'm in school for psychology, so I'm going to be some form of shit like that one day.
Okay.
And I ain't breaking no HIPAA rules or nothing, but I be talking. Like, come on now. Don't run and tell that back to their husband or something. Mm-mm.
So I always thought if I did do therapy, it'd definitely either be couples, relationship, or sex. The rest of that shit I don't care nothing about.
For yourself, you're saying, or if you want to do
if I wanted to do it.
Okay.
Trust me, I could do a lot of things. I just choose not to.
Oh, my mom, you talking about I wear a lot of different hats. That's how
yeah. So I would do sex because since I was young, I've always been fascinated with sex. Hence, I guess why I do what I do. But
yeah,
you know, it's always fascinated me. It's like, okay, why do we do some of the most disgustingest shit that we possibly could do and find pleasure out of it? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I have a couple submissives around and they allow me to do some really nasty shit to them and they like it. So it's like, why do you like it though? You know what I mean? So it's just some of the psyche I like to dig a little deeper. Pause.
It's because it's something to that, to like some real nasty shit.
I know. I do know that. So, how would you respond to critics who say your lyrics are too explicit or objectifying?
A lot of people said that. A lot of people said it when I first started rapping too. I would say shut the fuck up. Like what the fuck else am I gonna rap about? What you want me to talk about? What you want me to paint shit rose colored gold for? Like, what is that?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you kind of stand on what it is that you stand on.
Yeah, I don't fuck around. I didn't had a lot of situations where my distribution companies or my producers is coming to me trying to control how explicit my nature on the tracks are because they want to promote it in a certain way. And nowadays I'm balancing it. Like I'm listening a little more, but I'm not letting anything affect my art because who's gonna speak for the explicit bitches? Like it's bitches that's just explicit, lived explicit lives. Like
Yeah. No, I get it because I also went to school for music too.
yeah.
So telling
I'm
you, I'm telling you. So as far as especially it used to be, it's not so much now because we hear some shit that half the track is bleeped out on the radio. You know what I mean? But it used to be you needed something for radio. Like you needed, in order to pop, you needed something for radio. Now you have so much independent artists that's really getting to the fucking bag without any major deals or anything like that. So the 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 gate is like busted wide open. It's just it matters how you're going to, make your own lane. So like I listened to some of your earlier stuff and I listened to some of your newest stuff and you could definitely tell there's growth, there's maturity, and I think you've changed some views of the way you used to think versus how you think now.
I
Would
like
you
the okay, I agree, nigga. Yes, I agree.
Yeah. So the way you used to be, it's almost like the beginning you was the wild wild west. Anyone could catch a stray. It was on and popping. You didn't give a fuck. It was what it was.
Yes.
The new you is looking at life in a whole different avenue. You're looking at the silver lining. You're not looking at the cup as much as being half empty. You're looking at it being half full. So your mentality on a lot of things has changed, and you've put that into your music.
Yes, that's 100% what's going on. Like as I grow, my music grows. It just naturally happens. And yeah, nigga, I'm growing in a lot of ways. I'm thinking differently. I'm not on a lot of shit that I was on. I don't be doing drugs no more. I don't be selling drugs no more. Um, you know, but shit just different.
Okay, we'll talk about that. Go ahead.
Shit just different now. I just got a different mindset. It could be age, it could be experience, it could be my education. Shit, I don't know.
Right. No, I tell people if you are the same person you were 5 years ago, you are the problem, right? Because I feel like every 5 years, there should be some kind of mental growth, spiritual growth, overall growth. And if you're still doing the same shit, it's almost like, yo, like you're not progressing at all in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I said, I could definitely tell the difference. Are there any topics or themes that you're hesitant to talk about in your rap, and why?
Um, Something I've been hesitant to talk about a lot that I know Raw kind of pushed me for too. Is my mama in my music. I don't really talk about her too much. I might drop a bar in there about my grandma, maybe about my daddy, but I don't say too much about my mama. It's this one song that I did write on a mixtape, my 90s baby mixtape called Suicidal Thoughts though. That's the only song that ever like I mention her. That's the only way you even know the damn lady exists is like if you listen to that song.
Okay, and what is it? Because y'all just not close, or
No, she passed in 2016. So I just go about shit differently when it comes to putting her in my music.
okay, okay, I can kind of understand that. Like you know, most people, like you said, music is therapy, but there's certain topics you ain't ready to
type shit
touch yet. So I get it. So do you think you would ever do you think you would ever like really like, because like, okay, so have you heard Killer Mike's last album? I don't know if you're a big fan or not.
No.
So in Killer Mike's last album, he was raised by his grandmother, right? His mom was more of his friend. She wasn't really like in his life like that. So on this last album, he really put his emotions on his sleeves by talking about her. You know what I mean? And you could feel it. Like you could understand and you could feel the pain that he was going through and what he was talking about. But he spun it in such a way that it wasn't like, I want everyone to feel sorry for me. It was just like, hey, I'm telling this portion of my life. Finally, I'm getting it out there so I myself could heal and move on.
Right.
So I could, you know, maybe one day you might just dedicate a whole song and just do that and bear your all and keep it moving. Now, I know on the show, on All on the Table, I asked you this question one time. Like, when you go and you record or whatever, and I know it's mostly a male-driven industry, right? Normally, the engineers, the producers, stuff of that nature is going to be male. Do you ever feel like you have to handle them a certain way so it's not crossing certain lines or boundaries and they know, hey, no, this is just business, like whatever you thinking, go ahead and get that out of your head?
Now I do keep shit strictly business, but you know, even sometimes still I might slip up, but understand that I really can't be fucking with these niggas that's a part of helping me make the music and the productions. And I think that's one of my biggest lessons I learned, because it is a male dominated industry. And every time I go somewhere, somebody trying to fuck with me. So it's just like, I don't know. I just verbalize like, let's get this shit done. And I get in and get out.
Okay. And I remember something else that you impressed me on, and you didn't even know why you impressed me on it. But when I asked about who directs your music video, you're like, I do. Like, I guide it. And I thought that was very dope because for me, when I do videography, normally I set stuff up. I look at the storyboard, or I look at how stuff is going to, so in my head, because I envision everything before I do it, right? Especially when it comes to photography and videography. So when I get on sets or I get in, you know, certain spaces, I'm like, okay, convey to me your image or convey to me your vision. And you'll be surprised how many people just don't know how they want shit to be. But at the end of the process, be like, you didn't do what I wanted you to do. Well, you didn't tell me what you wanted me to do. I had to guess from start to finish how to put this shit together, because most of y'all are just running around with your like chickens with your head cut off. So what made you be like, no, I'm going to convey my image the way I want to convey my image. This is how I want stuff. What made you step into that role of being able to direct your own videos the way you wanted?
I think the biggest thing was I had a videographer when I first started rapping, and he would charge a certain price. And then he'd be like, do you know what you want to do? And you know me, I just start rapping. I'm like, no, I don't know. Let me know what's going on. It'll go up to another price. So after that, I was like, nah, I need to know how I'm coming to the table type shit like that. So I progressed to start writing treatments for the videos. And I noticed how it helped my videographers out a lot. And I didn't really have to take on such a big role anymore. It helped me a lot.
Right. Like, even for photos, right? I have women come to me and say, hey, I want you to take my photos. And I'm like, okay, what ideas or what thoughts what outfits, like what, and I don't know what it is about a lot of females that or women that feel, I don't know, it's weird, right? Because I'll say, what are you comfortable with? What's your image? What are you trying to convey? What, and it's like I'm asking them too many questions and they get freaked out or whatever, or they think I'm trying to fuck on them. And I'm like, no, I'm trying to envision how we're going to, because I'm very efficient, right? If you hired me and you say, hey, Heck, I want to do X, Y, and Z, and you lay it out, and I say, okay, how much time do we have? And you tell me the time, we're going to hit everything we need to hit in that time to the best of my ability. I'm very efficient. I hate fucking off and I hate wasting time, right? If you're taking umpteen cigarette breaks or whatever the fuck, cool. That's when the ticket starts to go up, right? I already know working with you is going to be an all-day process when really we're trying to do a 30-minute reel.
Yeah, that'll blow me too.
You see what I'm saying? So I don't understand why when, and I get it, certain people are not prepared mentally to answer some of the questions that unfortunately have to be asked and answered. Because now if I say, okay, what's the scenario? What's the premise? What are we trying to do? If you're telling me we got to get in a high-speed car chase and I build a rig to go in the goddamn car, now...
Okay, hold on.
Oh, I'm efficient. I'm telling you. So now I'm like, well, now I left that equipment at home because you told me we just going to take some scenic routes on the beach. So I bought my beach shit. You know? So what's the most headache that you've come across from directing or learning how to direct your own videos?
It's when it's multiple people playing a part in the production. That's when it starts to get kind of hectic. Like it gets crazy. But that's taught me a lot of patience. It's built my communication skills. That's one of the best things that I have as an artist is the ability to communicate with a lot of people. And once I got that under wraps, like I knew I had this shit. I'm like, okay, I'm putting together videos with 10, 11 people showing up, make sure the videographer got his treatment and shit. Yeah.
What's been some of the more, I guess, liberating or exciting fact of directing your own videos?
I like that I get to do exactly what I see that's in my head. I like that I can sit and listen to my song over and over again, and I get to put together a whole storyline, like a Neo music video type shit. Like I'll be in my head with it, like a whole thing.
No, and that's for me when I listen to someone's song and I could sit back and envision how the music video should be. That's when, in my personal opinion, I feel like I'm tapped into their music.
Yeah.
If I'm listening to your shit and I'm like, I don't know, like I'm just not getting it, then that's when I ask more questions like, and you have people that just want to do weird fucking shit. Like the shit just don't fucking make sense. You know, I have, even when I shoot content for other people, I'll be like, all right, I walk in the room. I'm like, what's the concept? And they're like, I don't know. We're just going to start fucking. Okay. So you're in a tuxedo and you're in a formal gown and y'all just started fucking. Like that just don't make sense to me. Like, what did we do? Did we come from a date? Did we, you know what I mean? Like, did he pick you up like, what's the premise? Like, you can't just wind up putting your dick in someone's mouth and be like, yeah, that's it. Like, no, it has to make sense to me. Why you look shocked?
Hidden for a second that you do content. recording niggas sucking dick and bitches. Oh my God. Okay. I forgot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I told you, wear many different hats. All right. How do you think your music and image challenge or reinforce social norms around female sexuality?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I told you I was getting it in.
I think I've been very influential when it comes to enforcing sexual norms, especially with that Freaks of the Industry album. And after that album dropped, I ended up being featured in, I think it's Gen X or Gen Z magazine or something. And they was just talking about how it was kind of influential too. So I think that the album had a lot of confidence and shit. So that's probably why it stepped so hard.
So did you get into it thinking I want to be influential and I want to paint this image for women's sexuality, or you just did your own shit and that's just how it came out?
No, actually, I had a distributor and a producer for that, and he came to me and said he wanted all freaky songs, and it was supposed to be like 4 or 5 girls on the album, so I was just supposed to have one song. But he ended up coming back to me. Like, I sent him the one song that I recorded, which was, I want to say, Pricey. He came back to me and said, I basically ate that shit up. And the girls was kind of playing. So he wanted me to do the whole EP. So he kind of really directed the style of the EP, but I the beats and I just jumped on them.
Okay. So what would you say you're trying to do to inspire sexuality? Like, what is it? What's your end goal with that?
I want to make sure it's okay for a bitch to be herself, because women are sexual too. Men are sexual, women are sexual. So that's my biggest thing for my image overall, is like the genuine aspect of everything. I want it to be okay for a bitch to be explicit, okay for a bitch to be sexual, okay for a bitch to be a trench bitch, like all of it.
Wait. What's a trench bitch?
A trench bitch is a bitch from the trenches, Hektek.
Okay, I'll take that simplicity, but it has to be more to it. Like, what defines a trench bitch?
Go listen to my album, Trench Bitch Volume 1. And Trench.
Did I set that up for you?
So, Trench Bitch Volume 2 drop in 2025, y'all.
Okay. Oh, so you can say it now, because last show you dropped it, but you weren't supposed to drop it.
Because it wasn't really time to be talking about it, but he like, fuck it, okay.
Well, yeah, because you said it about 10 times, so at that point it was.
Because I'm recorded, I'm ready for the shit. I'm ready.
Yeah. Okay, I'll have to go and pay attention to that and figure out what a trench bitch is. I don't know if I want a bitch from the trenches though.
Where you want a bitch from, Hektek?
I'm a little snooty sometimes, so I want someone that we could behind closed doors we could do some things, but be able to also carry the weight when we're out in public. You know what I mean? It's almost like
French bitch is. Then you think I'm just all out in public acting a fool?
No, that's why I asked, because I need to know what these terms are, so I could be like, okay, I could fuck with that.
I mean, a trench bitch is somebody who then just like came from the trenches, and I'm making better of myself, but I did some things that ghetto people didn't have to do. Shit.
Okay, like eat mayonnaise sandwiches and shit.
Eat ramen sandwiches, nigga.
So there is a certain lifestyle that I grew up at that I could never, ever, ever go back to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the trenches. Like, your version of the trenches is different from everybody's version of the trenches. My trenches ain't your trenches. Your trenches ain't the nice person trenches. Everybody got a trench,
Look at you dropping some knowledge. Okay. So is there anything sexual that you don't like?
Sexual that I don't like? I don't like when a nigga put his finger in my booty hole, man.
Do you want to be asked permission first before it happens, or you just don't like it at all?
I would prefer, but if I really like a nigga, I might ass play, have sex in the ass and all that shit. But I gotta really like you, like really, really, really like you. But I don't really like when niggas just be slipping a finger in my booty. I don't know what they be thinking about. I don't know.
They be thinking about a bowling ball because for some reason, like, I don't know. But so what do you want him to do? Be like, hey, is it that time yet? Can I go ahead and slide it in? Like, how is a dude supposed to ask during sex?
Somebody asked me before, somebody has asked me before, and I don't know, it gave
before the sex started or during the sex?
During,
okay.
And I like how you would just say, look, you niggas don't know nothing about permission. That's the problem. It's just,
them, because I believe in consent. Consent is very sexy.
Okay, promote it then. Go ahead.
Yeah. I had a chick sleep with me. She stayed the night. We fucked the night. And she went to sleep with her hand on my dick. So I'm like, all right, cool. And so when we woke up in the morning, her hand went back to the dick. And I was like, you didn't ask my permission.
Boy,
what? It don't start over. It don't carry over from the night before.
Oh my God, I'm gonna use that shit on my mama.
Yeah, you can't just do this because you think you privileged. You need to go ahead and ask permission. You know what I mean? So, okay, is that it? Is that your limit? Like, what's your limit? What's your sexual limit? I normally don't ask a bunch of sex questions, believe it or not. But what's your limit?
My sexual limit is, like I said, I do the butt shit and stuff, but my limit is don't ask me to touch your booty. That's my limit. Don't ask me to touch your motherfucking booty. That's when I got.
You don't want him to cock up, like you giving him head and he just cocks up and hooks his leg behind, like, you know how y'all be like getting fucked. You don't want him to hook his leg like that.
That'll be the last time he thing. Don't you ever. No. And I got my reasons because I got my questions. I just don't want no parts in it.
So you don't want a man who's curious?
He could be curious, but just not about that. Like, go be it's so other people to go be curious with about that. Not me. That should be okay.
So if a dude was like, open your mouth, let me spit in it.
Yeah, I go. Mm-hmm. Straight like, yep. I don't got no details. I'm not getting in trouble on this little here podcast. No.
Okay. What's the most daring or risque thing you've done in a music video or live performance? Now, let's put a pin in that. I saw one video. I told you about it on the last pod, but let's say I didn't ask you that question. You wearing that pink little outfit.
Red.
Listen, most men are colorblind, okay?
All right, I'm going to give you a pass. Go ahead.
All right. So the red outfit, and I was like, huh, okay. Your titties are out. And I was like, first of all, for a person who gets banned on social media a lot for just regular shit, I was like, how is this on YouTube?
On Vivo at that.
I was like, this ain't BET Uncut. Like, what's going on?
I was just talking about that shit the other day. Talking about bringing that back.
Let's do it.
On there, on my mama.
Let's do it. I'm with the shits.
I know you would do it too.
So what? So talk about that video right there, and then talk about the question that I asked you.
Oh, what was the question again?
I'll re-ask the question after you tell the story about that video.
Okay, so the video was shot it was shot in the city. I don't remember what side it was shot on. It was in a studio. They have multiple sets in it and shit like, but we have brought a lot of things on our own, like the axe and all the plastic and my friends and shit. But the video was pretty fucking funny. I don't know. The video self-explanatory. The shit was funny. And I said I'll never get back on the pole again. And that's the one time I got back on that for myself. I got back on that pole for myself.
So when I saw you do the little twirl, I was convinced. I was like, yeah, she used to strip. No one told me when I saw that, if you had said no, I've never stripped, I've been like, you lying.
Oh, my mama, lying through my motherfucking lying through my teeth. But yeah, I have fun in that video too. You know, the pole motherfucking fell. I was on that bitch doing the most. It fell.
Yo, that's funny. Did they capture it?
No, he did catch it. He was trying to catch us. We was both trying to be on the pole at the same time. We trying to do like tricks.
Where like this, where one person. Yeah, yes. I think they call it surfing.
I don't fucking know, but okay. Top it over.
I would have put my goddamn camera down and fell on the goddamn floor with y'all. I'm telling you, I would have laughed so fucking hard, like for real, for real. Yeah. I listen, and when I get there's no way I could have been serious. Y'all would have had to say, let's recess for 30 minutes because there's no way. I couldn't have held it.
He had got on first, and as soon as I walked up, it was my turn to hop on that bitch. I took the bitch down. She said, no, we're done. I said, you know what? I'm not paying you enough for this bitch. You're right. We're done. We fucking done.
That's epic. That is epic. So now the question that I ask is, what's the most daring or risque you've done in a music video or live performance?
Shit, that was pretty risky. But in a live performance,
yeah,
risky. Probably dancing in them heels and shit when I was dancing with them girls. That was pretty risky, nigga. I don't know, besides falling off that pole.
Yeah. So how do you normally perform? Like, do you do a lot of live performances and shows and stuff like that? How do you dress modest? Do you dress how you think the song would fit? Like, how do you pick out what you're going to wear to your performances?
So I normally dress how I think the song would fit, but 9 out of 10, I try to make sure I'm wearing heels. So that's why I have to learn how to dance in heels, because if I got to wear them, I got to dance in them.
Yeah. So what do you think about some of these rappers now that just be performing barefoot? So you know what I'm talking about. Gotcha.
I wish I thought of it first. Shit, I would have never had the heels on. Shit, I wish I thought of it first, but fuck it. Like,
yeah. So you want to do a performance barefoot?
I'll go out there. Yeah, my mom, I'll be able to do a lot of shit barefoot. Oh, my mom, I can do a lot of shit with them heels on, but I'll take it there barefoot.
Okay.
Look at you. What you think about it?
No. Listen, I don't even like, I'm very particular too about how a female with me is dressed. I'm big on heels. And I'm going to tell you why. If you took all this time to put makeup on, find the outfit, and if you got to keep doing this shit all night in the dress, right? You doing this shit all night. Most of y'all try to coordinate y'all draws with the dress or the outfit or to the bra, right? There's some matching going on. And at the end of all doing that, which takes hours, by the way, because y'all don't do anything quick to get dressed, right? And then you go and plop your fucking feet into some fucking flats. Bitch, stay home.
Oh, my mama. Oh, my fucking mama. That's how I feel about it, though. But It was my godmama who taught me about wearing heels when I was real young. When I first hit 18, she came to me and talked to me about that shit. Like, she didn't own a pair of gym shoes, like,
Oh,
that type of shit. So
I
it's
like that. And I don't, and I get it. Before people be like, it be hurting, and it, I get it, right? But there's wedges. I'm just talking about the overall prep. It's like if you said, "Hey, babe, we're going out. Wear something nice. You know what I like to see you in, right?" He goes, he shaves, he edges, he moisturizes, he washes his face, he, makes sure his shit's steamed and pressed, and he makes sure he puts on your favorite cologne and goes and puts on some goddamn slides. You gonna be like, stay your ass at home.
I want to see the alligator toes for real.
Like, come on, like, whatever. Anyways, we're getting off on my little things, but yeah, I can't stand it. So, how do you balance your sexuality and confidence on stage with your personal boundaries?
I just never do anything that I'm not comfortable with. And like we done talked about, I'm comfortable with a lot, but it's shit that I'm just like, no, I'm not going there. So that's a big thing for me. And even the women who perform with me or in my music videos, I let them know, don't do nothing that you're uncomfortable with. And we just kind of go from there.
So what if someone comes up and says, hey, this would be a great reel, or this would be something that shocks them, and it goes across, like, it goes against your boundaries. Like, the views are gonna pop, it's gonna put you out there, but it's gonna push your boundaries. Would you still do it, or would you be like, nah, I'll stay to myself, fuck it, I'm gonna move on?
Oh, I'm gonna move on. It's been a lot of situations like that, and I just move on because, like, I expose myself before I sit there and let somebody devise a plan for how we can expose me. So I just move on.
Okay. No, you seem like a person that whatever your mind's set on, like, ain't too much convincing you to switch your mind up. You might think about it, but
yeah, I do a lot of thinking on my mom.
Yeah. Have you ever faced backlash or criticism from the hip hop community about your lyrics or performances?
I faced backlash about my lyrics specifically over and over and over again. And like I said, it's just because of how explicit the lyrics is. And I believe I was on a Spanish track. This girl, she's singing in Spanish, and I come on there in English and shit, and I'm throwing in the word nigga there, here and there, but I'm talking about a lot of sex in there. So she instantly hit me like, no, you got to redo that verse. We can't use this. I got a lot of family and children and shit like that listen to my music. So that was the one time I ever really had to go redo my verse, and I did it. I respected what she was saying, redid the verse. And yeah, that was the type of backlash that I get. Like, damn, bitch, you always gotta go there. But that's I think it's part of my entity.
Okay. Yeah, it's what's the new way of people saying talking with your pussy, or talking pussy first, or whatever the case may be?
Well, I didn't know they were saying you was talking with your pussy. That's what they call it.
You're leading with your pussy. It's something along those lines.
No, Hektek, I'm not leading with my pussy. And explicit ain't always about pussy. I talk about a lot of other shit, and it's too explicit sometimes.
Okay.
Like, talking about guns and drugs, and then trying to promote your shit on what's that IG boost shit and stuff on Instagram. You just can't be doing it. Or Facebook.
What IG boo?
So IG and Instagram, I said IG and Instagram, IG and Facebook got these things where you can boost your post and stuff like that to different.
Oh, yeah. But you have to hit certain criteria. I can never do that shit.
I can't do it. No, and I stopped trying to, honestly, because they like for a lot of dumbass shit.
No, for real. Yeah, I've stopped as well. Now I'm just like, fuck it, it is what it is. I woke up one day and this is my 4th or 5th IG page. And I took after my 4th, I took a long break. I was like, nah, I ain't doing another one.
What was you doing?
Nothing. So I post a lot of the pictures that I shoot. I realized I can't post a girl spread eagle. I know what I can't post, right? So it's normally girls in lingerie or something, or they'd be like, yeah, too much, not ass, but I get hit a lot of times when I post ass pics, and they'd be like, oh, this is sexual solicitation. I ain't asking about nobody for no sex. Like, so yeah, so I remember my homeboy, I went to sleep, my page was thriving. I'm talking about I could have made at this time, that's when you could have got sponsorships and shit. Mm-hmm. And I woke up the next day and my homeboy was like, yo, your page gone. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, your page gone. It's deleted. I went on there, sure enough, that shit they done took my goddamn page that I worked so goddamn hard for no reason.
They be on smoke.
Yeah. But on the flip side, this person got 100, 200,000, right? And they have a whole bush showing.
Yeah, I see a lot of that shit. I see a lot of girls, they shake their ass and shit. As soon as I get on there shaking my ass, they say I'm doing some type of sex or something. Yep. I'm right or something. They act like.
I can't even listen. I can't even. Yeah. So that's when I knew that the hypocrisy was real. And I just stopped. I just don't care enough anymore about it. Like, and I know that there's people that care about followers, but I also know those people with a lot of followers be a cunt hair away from evictions. So, so it is what it is. I don't care that much for it. You know what I mean? Okay. This kind of coincide with a couple of questions that we asked back. Can you discuss the role of feminism in your music and how you aim to empower people or empower women through your art?
So I'm more aware of what I'm talking about in my music nowadays, and I'm more aware of what I'm promoting. And I'm big about promoting what's good optics for a Black woman because I am a Black woman. And I'm also big on promoting what's just good optics for a young woman like me who's striving for the type of things I'm striving for.
What advice would you give A, younger you, and B, a young woman like breaking into womanhood?
Oh, a younger me, I would have told me to keep writing poetry maybe for longer, and I might have tapped into rapping sooner. Mm-hmm. That type shit, I would have told me to never stop that shit. And as for a young woman trying to enter the game,
into womanhood, just she don't know what she knows until she gets there. So what advice would you give a young woman, like becoming a woman or becoming a woman that you feel makes someone a woman?
I will let her know, trust her intuition. That's what has made me into the woman that I am, and that's what's made me try to grind to be a better woman. My intuition. I know what should be going on. I know what should not be going on, and I know what feelings I should be having. So I would tell a young woman, trust your intuition.
Okay. So now, what's the most petty way you've ever told a dude to get out your face? Like he running up on you, he trying to holler. Like, what's the pettiest shit you ever said to him? Be like, yo, like, kick rocks.
I done gave a nigga like, and I regret doing that because anything could have happened. But I done gave a nigga a wrong number before while he done walked up on me and he didn't try to call me right
immediately.
Right there, and my dumb ass just standing there like the third, like I don't know, but like that's the dumbest shit I ever did.
So, what is it that catches your eye? Like, how should a dude approach you if he's really trying to like get to know you?
If he funny, like off the bat, like that's gonna catch my eye. Like I'm gonna be looking at what you got on this shit too, maybe. I'm especially gonna wanna see what you smell like. But if you off the rip, like hitting me with some funny ass shit, like yeah, I'm interested. Like you got my attention for a second.
Mm-hmm. What holds your attention?
Money.
His or the ability to go make?
Whatever he want to do, whether he want to invest in me or whether he want to invest in a business, but money ultimately holds my attention because it's a lot of other shit that I could be doing.
So what if he has like a real strong stock portfolio?
Okay.
It's very diverse.
I definitely add him to the roster. That's some diversity as shit.
Not add him to the roster.
That's some diverse shit.
Would he play the sixth man or would he be the starter?
He'll be a starter, fifth on my mama. That's I could come and that money is gonna be there. Yes.
Okay. So what's the most important message that you hope listeners take away from your music?
Oh, I hope they take away the fact that I'm not afraid to be inauthentically me or authentically me, however you say that. And I hope they feel like it's okay to be themselves too, type shit, whatever that looks like.
Okay. What if you had a fan, right, that approached you and was like, I used to fuck with your old shit, but now your new shit, it don't hit the same. What would you tell them?
Oh, I've had that happen before.
Is that why you started smiling?
Yeah, off the bat, I started smiling. And it was somebody who was a fan, but they actually knew me in real life too. So it hit a little differently. And I think they intended for that shit to hit a little differently. Okay. But maybe just for a fan who just I don't know personally at all, I might hear a nigga out for a second. But I mean, baby, I'm me. Like you fucked with me, you gonna fuck with me. And what I'm noticing is with my music, I'm gaining a lot of people that no matter what type of sound I'm bringing, what type of topic I'm talking about, they hopping on, they listening, and they fucking with it. So hopefully they are understanding who I am as an artist, and that's why.
Okay. Yeah, it's almost like the old school rappers that I listen to. I don't want to hear you still selling drugs.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, listen, we old now. Like, I get it. We all had to start somewhere. But not being in the game 30 years and we still talking about pushing bricks and like,
right.
We should have took those bricks and invested in like legit businesses.
That's why I'm happy that you said what you said about my artist development. That's precisely like what's going on there. So it's like the more honest I am with my music, the more everybody can see me grow. And that's one thing I have never done was have my process. So that's what I love for people to see. I love that somebody can come to me and say, I saw you do this and I saw this happen. Like, what's T, bitch? Like, that shit, what happened?
So are you surprised I did that much understanding?
I'm not surprised. You seem like a nigga who want to understand some shit. I just appreciate it because that's kind of how I'm going about shit. That's what I expect. That's what I want.
Mm-hmm. So now, what if they said, "Hey, they ask for the old you. Like they say, you know what? I can't fuck with none of your tracks no more. I need to hear the old you.
If they ask for the old me, if a fan stepped to me and asked me for the old me, I'ma step like the old me, however they ask for it, because my fans are who have made me. It's just, I am who I am. Don't expect me to always be off the bam. But hell yeah, I'll slide back on there for an EP or a single, or I'll step.
I remember when I first got into the industry that I am, and I tell this story a lot because it's people don't understand how important it is to really have fans and how important it is to respect your fan base, right? And I understand sometimes, especially now, the fandom is asking for more shit than they really deserve, right? But I remember I went to a convention and dudes are really coming up to me like, "Oh my god, you're Hektek." And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Yeah, I've seen you when you did blah 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 blah," and they're naming off certain stuff that I did. I'm like, I forgot about that. Like, I'm not even there no more. Like, you know what I mean? And I remember I had a fan. I went to a different convention, and a fan hit me up later. He's like, "Oh, well, I was going to approach you, but you were talking to someone, so I didn't want to interrupt." And I remember telling him, "I don't give a fuck who I'm talking to. Approach me, because without you, I ain't making no goddamn money."
Oh, my mama.
So I was like, I don't care if you see me talking to a CEO or you see me talk. Most of the people that I'm talking to, I'm cool with. So they're going to understand if I say, "Hey, give me a second. Let me, say hi," or, "Hey, thank you," or something like that. Now, I do tell them, because I'm horrible with fucking names, I ain't going to remember your name. But I'm going to still show you like you're a person, because I had someone that I was a fan of, and I remember talking to someone in the industry and looking to her and like, "Hey, I really respect your craft, woo woo woo." And I remember she looked me up and down and was like, "Okay." And at that moment, she lost a fan. I never fucked with her ever, ever, ever again after that. Because you're not going to treat me like I'm the bottom of your fucking shoe. And I'm not even asking you for nothing. I ain't ask you for a hug. I ain't ask you to shake my hand. I ain't asked none of that. You could treat me like a common person. Right. So you have so many people that hit a certain milestone and forget who held them down all these years when no one was listening to their shit.
I really could never, because that's just not how I'm built, like in real life. Mm-hmm. So naturally, that's not how I'm built in this life. I always remember, I always double back, and that's something that I pride myself on. Regardless of sometimes that shit bite me in the ass, I know who I am. I'm loyal, so I'm always doubling back.
All right, so weird one. Have you ever had a male fan be like, "Can I squeeze the booty?"
Yes, and I let him. I actually have a picture in my archives on Instagram of a hip hop festival I went to, and he was there, and I took a picture of him, and he was all squeezed up on me like that boy.
Okay. So what made you be like, "Yeah, you can go ahead and squeeze it real quick"?
I wouldn't say that for everybody, but he was a sweetheart. And the vibe was okay, so I let him. And it was a quick pick. It's not like he was finna kick it with me all night or nothing like that. So go ahead, take your little pick.
So now, would you ever raffle off a day with Petty Ass Punkin?
Yes, I would. That sounds fun as fuck. I like shit like that. I want to do a 20 verses. I want to do a pop the balloon. I want to do a reality TV show. So I like shit like that. Yeah,
you talking my language. You talking my language. No, the reason I asked that is because it's gonna sound fucked up, but I'm gonna say it. for a woman not to be able to make certain plays in 2024, 2025, y'all have so many different options to make so many different plays that a heterosexual male cannot make. So when I hear like a lot of women be like, oh, well, I'm broke, or oh, this or oh, that, I'm like, listen, you could hit up 10 guys and be like, yo, I need $20. At least 5 gonna send you $20.
And there you go, bitch. You got 100.
You know what I mean? Like, but you hit me with 20, I'm gonna tell you come over here and work. We gonna shoot. I'm gonna give you more than the 20. We gonna shoot for an hour, and then you can go about your business.
Oh shit. Hold on, let me grab this charger for you.
Yeah.
1 second. Oh.
So, what's the craziest stripper story that you have?
Ooh, my favorite stripper story, besides the one I told you about us taking old girl purse.
Why is that like your second?
It's because she was talking shit when I got home, and I didn't feel bad no more. That's why. Okay. But my first favorite one is when I was dancing in the city in their mansions. Mm-hmm. And so I was dancing on this nigga or whatever, in a chair, and on the other side of the table, this bitch was dancing on another nigga. I accidentally hit this beer bottle, knock it over. I guess it hit her pussy or whatever. This bitch talking about, oh, this shit burn, bitch. What? Yeah. Like, I'm young as hell. It's 2, so I'm instantly like, bitch, I don't know. Yeah. My friend, she was there with me. She was dancing too, so I wasn't there by myself. So I'm like, look, bitch, I ain't mean to. Walk the bam, let it go. She ended up getting up off the nigga, going in the back room or whatever. She was still talking shit. So I go in the back room because I hear her still talking shit. You know, I'm a little drunk, turned. So I'm like, what's up? What's the problem? You know, it was an accident. You still tweaking. Like, I don't even know why your shit burning anyway, bitch.
It's so mostly water.
So I'm like, look, bitch, it seems like you mad about something else. So they end up trying to, you know, turn up on me a little bit. My friend come in there. So it's like a whole bunch of bitches in there, and it's me and my friend. And these bitches, like, they just popping their motherfucking mouth. So my friend turned to me. She like, bitch, what you want to do? You want to whip their ass? I'm like, bitch, you know what? I do. I want to whip their ass. Baby, we tore these hoes up in the motherfucking basement. So the nigga who owned the motherfucking mansion ended up kicking these bitches out. And we end up staying the rest of the night, dancing to make the money and shit. But that's my favorite story because I wore her ass out. I took out a piece of track out that bitch head because, bitch, why would you ever play with me? You did the most.
All she had to do is go pat her pussy real quick and keep it moving.
But she was so mad, and you know why she was so mad? That's what I'm saying, because why that shit burn anyway? You know why you was so mad? You still talking, and everybody drunk, and you still talking.
Yeah. Okay. So your favorite story is you getting in a fight.
But listen and don't judge. It's my favorite stripper story because it's the way it went down. Because my friend was like probably 4-5 years older than me at the time. And I'm like 17, 18. And this bitch looked at me. She's like, what you want to do,
So bitch? You were 18.
I was 18. On my mom, I was 18. And this bitch look at me. She like, what you want to do, bitch? I'm like, bitch, I want to do it. Bitch, I want to do it to him. And she was with it. Like, that bitch was raw.
Okay.
That's why it's my favorite.
So my favorite stripper story. No, I'm just fucking with you.
Like, here we go.
Yeah, my stripper stories. Yeah, y'all gonna have to sign up for Patreon or something for those.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, what do you think holds a lot of people back from truly doing whatever it is that they? Because you have I'm gonna do me. Fuck what everyone else is thinking I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. So what do you think holds a lot of people back from having that same mentality and actually just truly living their life the way they want to live their life?
I think it's the experiences that people go through. I went through a lot of stuff that forced me to say, you know, I got to do me regardless of what's going on. So I think that's pretty much shaped my mindset. Like, I only got one life. I want to live this motherfucker. I want to ride it to the wheels fall off. Mm-hmm. So once I kind of tapped into that, which is right after my mother's death, I tapped into that shit. I started going different places, and that's what's got me here.
Okay. Now, people ask me all the time. They be like I had this one. She was like, "Ew, you fucking all these randos, right?" Talking about what I do, and I was like, "Bitch, you fucking all these strangers in the VIP room. Like, what's the fucking difference?" At least for what? Huh?
The lady in the strip club?
Yeah. Yeah. So you judging me and everything I do is tested and you know what I mean? We have to have some kind of dialogue, whatever the case may be. But you fucking perfect strangers for a couple $100 and still broke. So how you gonna judge me on what I got going on? And the only difference between what we got going on is you doing your shit in the darkness. My shit, you could Google me.
People do that though.
Yeah.
People be projecting and shit like that.
Yeah. If you want to get put on, then say, hey, I want to get put on and we go make this money together. But come on now. Like you ain't gonna shame me and you doing worse. Because she don't even know my homeboy done paid for it a couple times. So he already told me what the liquor is. You know what I mean?
And you know what though? You very open with your shit too. So they could shake people the wrong way. They could rub people the wrong way when somebody's real comfortable with themselves.
Why though? Why should I hide who I got, what I am?
No, nobody should on my mama.
Yeah. Like if you feel a way because I'm living my life open and free and how I want to live my life, like then hey, teach me, sensei, how to get to that level.
Oh, mama.
You know what I mean? Like teach me, like because I get it. Most people are whatever they deem, what society deems them to be or forced to be. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So to break free of that, everyone cannot. You know, everyone cannot. So what besides the situation, what was that journey for you to be like?
To be like what?
To be like, I'm gonna be this person. I'm gonna be Petty Ass Punkin. Like,
I never intended when I started out dancing and stripping. I never intended on rapping. I never even thought about it. I was actually in school at the time, and I was just trying to make money. But I don't even know. Look, you got me tapping into some old shit. Like I'm going over here. Wait a second.
See, and now you thought you had to go and lay on the couch, and here we having therapy right now.
Oh, Lord, stop playing. What was the question? Jeez.
What made you elevate to the person you are now that you just don't really, besides the situation that you named earlier, what was like, fuck, I need to do me. I can't, because people don't also realize how much weight it is that others project onto us. Mm-hmm. So now we're like fucking Atlas wearing everyone else's burden, everyone else's problems, everyone else's expectations of what we should do. Like, what made you break from that and just be like, this is it. This is just what I got going on.
When I think what made me break from it was when I doubled back to make sure type shit. Like I doubled back to make sure like y'all really don't fuck with me type shit. Like this is really going on. So that's what made me understand that, like, yeah, motherfuckers really don't fuck with you, but it's okay for you to still keep living. You still got goals. You still got a whole life, and that's okay. So when I understood that, it was like I had the secret Krabby Patty formula, nigga. Like I knew some shit. I understood some shit. I felt different.
Yeah, it was freeing, right?
Yes.
Like I had friends or family members that knew all they had to do is ask, and they had, right? Then you never realize who's truly down for you till you're down bad.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're asking to reciprocate the same things or the same love and the same appreciation or whatever the case may be that you're showing other people, and then you don't get that shit back, and you be like, wait a minute. So when I'm up, I'm everyone's favorite.
Look. Talk your shit. Hold on.
Yeah.
Because I need that on my little recording snippet. Yeah.
When you're up, you're everybody's favorite. But when you down bad, and maybe not even the worst you could be down, you just need a little help. Just a little. To get back to where you need to get to. And then you look back and you be like, wait, nobody? Nobody.
It's crazy how you understood what I meant. Hold on, because I moved. It's crazy how you understood what I meant when I say double back to make sure, like.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I get it. Like you said, we all been in the trenches.
Yeah.
You know, and we've been in trenches sometimes that we don't even create for ourselves.
Yeah. That's
you
crazy.
know, other people created them for us. It's up to us though whether we're gonna keep living in it or we're gonna get up out of it.
That's something that my auntie taught me, because when I was real young, when a lot of shit first happened to me, I used to complain a lot. I used to whine me a lot. And she had to tell me, like, well, bitch, it happened. So what you finna do about it is you finna keep living this life, or like, what's next? Like,
what we doing? Listen, I had people, like I said, people come to me, oh, I'm down bad, I need to make some money. Whatever the fuck, right? And I'm saying, okay, well, maybe you don't want to do anything that I got going on. But I got a homeboy that's looking for a waitress. Or I got a homeboy or a homegirl that's looking for someone to help them come and clean some houses and some Airbnbs. Or I got somebody, you know what I mean? And I give you that information, I pass you that information, and I'm going to hit them up and be like, yo, I'm sending such and such to you, so be on the lookout. If I hit them back or they hit me back and be like, yo, that person never hit me back, never, ever talk to me about any fucking thing that you got going on or don't have going on ever fucking again.
That's how it feels.
Because truly you want someone just to give you a fucking handout.
Yeah.
And I work hard for my money. I'm not just going, you know what I mean? Like, stop it. So to get out of that cycle, because I used to do the same shit. Woe upon me. Oh, I can't do X, Y, and Z. I can't blah, 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 blah. I can't do this. I can't do that. And once I stopped saying I can't and I can, I just maybe choose not to. Or, hey, Tech, can you come out to Vegas? Yeah, what's going on in Vegas? Well, I got some money for you on the way. You know what I mean? I had a girl for a shoot. She said driving 30 minutes was too far for her. I was like, if money's waiting for me 2 hours away, guess what the fuck I'm doing? I'm getting in my car and I'm going to get my money.
Right.
If 30 minutes is enough for you not to come and get some money or go get some money,
I'm scared of you. I'm scared of you, bitch.
Yeah, like, I just don't understand it. Like, I don't, I don't listen to people with their problems no more. I'm gonna give you a solution. If you don't listen to the solution, cool. I'm still gonna sleep the same fucking way I sleep every night.
That's what has helped me calm down a lot too, because I care a lot about the people around me, especially if I have you around me. So I would spend a lot of time thinking about their problems and how to fix them, because I know I can, and maybe in ways they might not be thinking about it. But that's why I have to stop. I'm like, bitch, you got your own life already. So, I can say it one time, maybe two, if I really love you. And if you hear it, you hear it. If you don't, you don't. And people, for some reason, shit click for them like when it clicked for them. So you really can't even say too much to begin with.
No, I had to come to a realization to stop giving unsolicited advice.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I hear someone's problem, I go into fix it mode, right? Because I'm a problem solver.
Yeah.
And I had to learn, they didn't ask me for this. Cool. Right. And sometimes they'd be like, well, you knew I was going through all this and you didn't do nothing for me? You didn't ask me.
Have you ever met somebody who has told you to your face, well, I didn't ask you to X, Y, and Z? That shit'll rock your fucking world. And you gotta ask me for everything now. Like, nigga, I don't know whether to tell you advice. I don't know whether you want some McDonald's.
So I had a female cousin, mad years younger than me, right? She was on social media complaining about some dude. And I'm like, hey, don't move this way. Move like this. Don't do this, do like that. Because when you start letting them fingers go, you start to sound kind of desperate and like you need a motherfucker. No, the man that's for you knows that you're a queen and is going to treat you as such and expect you to hold your head held high like one, right? She was like, oh, you always telling me stuff like you know everything. Whoop doo whoop. Cool. Have a good life. I ain't telling you shit else.
Look, that's why you need therapy, because you don't got to press it that far. Have a good life is crazy. Let her take this advice, and let her just do what she do with it. What if she takes some pieces and leave the rest? Don't tell that lady have a good life.
So something about me that most people don't know, and it's unfortunate for them, not for me.
Oh my God, you giving raw. You nigga, where you from?
Originally?
And right now too.
Originally, I'm from the Virgin Islands.
Okay, and where you live?
Houston.
Okay, it's giving East Coast like a motherfucker.
I mean, I was raised in Florida.
That's crazy. Okay.
So, yeah, so the reason I say have a good life is because I have to set boundaries for myself as well.
All right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you could have, sometimes I've listen, I was the kid that every time the OGs or the old heads was talking, I just sat there and I just listened, right? What's for me is for me. What's not for me, in one ear, out the other, right? So if I'm telling you some shit that ain't for you, cool. Just say, hey, cuz, let me do my own thing. I respect that. You got to learn on your own, 100%. But to come out and say, I think I know everything, listen, I'm 15 years older than you. I've been through shit way before you even thought about going through this shit. I'm telling you stuff not so you could not go through it, but know how to navigate it. You see what I'm saying? But if you want to go down with the ship, by all means, have at it.
Yeah,
row. I don't know what else to tell you, but I don't have time. And as I've gotten older, I had to realize most people got one time with me.
Yeah. That's how I feel about a lot of situations. But at the same time, in a lot of different ways, I've had to grow just to think differently like that. Because I still have that mentality that you have. Like, a lot of these motherfuckers got one time with me. But sometimes if I could see some value in a situation that might put me ahead in the way that I need to get ahead, then I will sustain that motherfucking relationship. on my mama. But it's just a lot of ways to go about shit. Nobody way is the way. You know?
No, and I know that part of what you say, but also no one could stop me but me.
On my mama, that too.
So I do have a bad tendency to be like, I don't need people.
It be like that.
You know what I mean? So I get that and I understand that about myself. I'll cut someone off like cancer. Like
that's how it make you feel on my mama. It gives, I don't want to feel that feeling again. So why would I put myself in a position to feel that feeling again? It gives that. But it's a balance like a motherfucker to it. I don't even got the balance yet. I ain't even going from my move. I don't got it. But it is one.
I'm going to tell you how I see myself as an old man. I see myself as an old man on the front yard talking about get off my grass.
Yelling at the cats, right? Do it.
I see myself be like, you know what? Y'all kids get off my grass and go play some, you know what I mean? Like, it's mine. Go somewhere else with that shit. But that's just how I live. You know, I have my soft moments depending on who it is and what the circumstance is, but there ain't too many soft moments. I'll tell you that much.
You're from a different era of life, so you're different. So
how do you feel about feminine men or men that exudes too much feminine traits?
It does not get my pussy wet. Yeah, first and foremost, it does not get my coochie wet. I don't really like niggas that wear dangling earrings.
you don't want the George Michaels? You don't want the George Michaels dangling shits?
No, when it comes to me being turned off by certain shit, I'm not homophobic at all because I am a part of the community like a motherfucker. I'm bisexual, but I get turned off by some stuff and some shit just dry the coochie up for me. I don't like dangling earrings. I don't like a sassy ass nigga. I don't like I just don't like that feminine behavior that I should be given. You feel me? Like, let me do me. Like, you do you, be yourself. Like, I got this. I got this.
So what do you classify as sassy? Because I hear a lot of women say this, and no one person has the same definition.
Mm-mm. So sassy to me is not being able to hold a conversation with me. Like, shit always got to be escalated to the point of you feel like you're the woman type shit. And I'm not saying that any nigga got to bend to a woman, but if I'm sitting here and I'm talking to you calm, cool, and collected, and you giving 1, 2, 3, then I got a motherfucking problem with that shit. Okay. That's it. That's too much for me. I cannot take it. I won't.
Okay. So now you have a lot of women who say a man can't argue with a female, or a man can't do this, or a man can't do that. So that's not what you consider sassy. You just...
No, I enjoy if a nigga open up his mouth. Please do say something. Please say something, but come correct, especially if I might be too emotional sometimes. I just feel like you come correct and I might step correct right after. All of that other extra energy is just gonna throw everything else off.
So what if a motherfucker like, bitch, shut the fuck up?
Bitch, why? Like talking like that, first of all, but what did I do? Like, wait a second.
Okay.
It's bad. Like,
so would you say you're more submissive?
I'm submissive, but I will walk over a motherfucker if they let me. I will.
Okay, I can see that. I can definitely see that. What's in the so? I hate bringing up this topic because I feel my way about it. But what do you feel about the 50-50 conversation?
Well, I really talked about it for a good portion of the interview. Regarding the two incomes and the one income, da da da. So my mindset is make sure everything that these white people is on our ass about is paid. I got the trips, I got the food, I got the
water. Oh, so you still contributing?
Because I like to work. I don't like to just sit at home. Yeah, I will still contribute. It just depends on how a nigga is contributing.
So what if I say, right, for instance, hey babe, I got the car insurance, I got the mortgage, take care of the lights and the cable bill.
I'm gonna say pay the lights, pay the cable bill. I got the vacation, nigga. I got your clothes. I got your shoes. I got the food. I will say.
What if I already got all that? I just need you to take care of these two things.
So that's it. Like you got everything. You got the vacations booked. You got everything paid for. Then of course, yes. Like that's a whole different.
So what's everything though? Like
what's everything?
So do I need to be 75-25? Like what's this? What are we talking about?
Like I said, you should be 200, 100. Like I said from the beginning.
Oh, I gotta be 300.
300. Thank you. Thank you. Like I said, that's how it should be.
So that means so let me ask this. If I'm 300 and you laying on the couch,
why would I be laying on the couch though?
I don't know. You just fell asleep. I don't know. You were watching a movie and you fell asleep. Is the couch a bad thing?
No, because I thought you was going somewhere else. Because I'm not just sitting laying on the couch. I got shit to do. Like,
oh no, you fell asleep. You fell asleep. You laying on the couch, and I just put a dick in your mouth.
Okay,
I could just do that.
I mean, if you got the 300, yes, of course.
If we talking and you washing the dishes or whatever, and I just bend you over, I can just take it whenever.
Especially if a nigga's not asking for the lights and shit too. Yes, if my money is my money and I can literally spend my money the way I want to spend, like traveling, because I can't travel alone. So a nigga's always going to be a +1. If I can do that, then yes. What am I arguing about? What's the issue? Why is life so hard? What's going on?
Okay, because you have a lot of people that be like, nah, you still need to ask my permission to do X, Y, and Z.
I mean, that's permission if I open my mouth up. Indeed, on my mama. Like, indeed, like touche. This bitch dropping gems. Yes.
Okay. I got you. So you don't want to go 50-50 with no man?
No, because I can pay 100 on my own. So I would rather you come make my life easier and I make your life more enjoyable. That's it.
Why not make his life easier?
I mean, that is easy, nigga. I mean, niggas like to provide. Niggas like to whop the bam. And like I said, taking vacations and whop the band. Well, how easy you want it to get, nigga? Like, damn, you want me to pay your bills? Like, what's switch?
No.
What's switch? What happened?
No. So for me, right? I pay 100% of my shit. I do what I want when I want to do, however I want to do it, right? So, if I was to get with a woman, you gotta provide some shit I can't do for myself.
So what would that be? Because you can't suck your own dick. I'm pretty sure you can take yourself on a vacation. What do you need?
But these hand skills are 2 seconds. I'm asleep, knocked out.
What would you need? What would you need?
A word, you ain't giving it to me?
Heck. Listen.
Yeah.
Say that. What would you need that it's not monetary though? Because if you got 100% of the monetary, what is it that you need?
That's my problem. it's hard for me to find something that I can't do myself.
That's a personal problem at that point. Because
100%.
Wait a minute, like you will find you somebody that can do whatever it is. Because if you got 100% monetary, wait a minute, I think you married. You got you somebody. Let me be quiet. You're not.
No, you see how happy I am?
Oh, stop. Okay, so you will find you somebody that will provide whatever it is.
Why did you think I was married? Do I exude married vibes?
I could have sworn. I don't remember. My bad. You act like that was an insult. Damn.
I'm happy. Like, hey, bitch. See, nobody's coming. Bitch. Yeah, no one coming.
I was just.
Yeah, like, nah. I just feel like, so, okay, let me ask this now. I provide 300, right? Something happened. I'm fucked up. What are you going to do? You going to leave me?
What happened?
Damn, it depends on... Damn. It depends what happened.
Look, come on. You ain't finna... We ain't delusional. What happened? What happened? Like...
I say I had surgery and then I lost my job and like I got some income coming in, but it's not as much as it used to be.
Okay. I mean, and if you got surgery, then you should be getting better soon.
Wow.
Look, listen to what I got to say. Look, listen.
Go ahead.
You gonna get better soon. And if a nigga was...
She said the doctor said 5 weeks. 5 weeks. You hear me? You got 5 weeks to get your ass up about out of here and go get that fucking money.
I'm not even stepping like that. Listen. If you said you provided the 300% that I need, and I'm still saying, look, because you said 300, I said 200%, and I got one. But look, you giving 3, that's some more. So if you giving 300%, goddamn it, and I have been doing my due diligence, and I've been stacking my coins, then I'm okay for a little while. I'm okay with
wow. You didn't say we are okay. You said you are okay.
I mean, if you with me, then you okay. Is you not though? Like, is you with me or you not? Like, I was okay.
It's the verbiage though. The verbiage tells all.
Let me verbalize it.
Yeah.
I was okay while niggas was paying 300%. So niggas gonna be okay while they down, and I'm okay while I didn't stack my little coins. That's the whop the bam. That's the least I can do. But all that other shit, like, you want me to be pretty, give up pussy, cook, clean, and go follow my goals and dreams? Like, no, you need to be providing then. That's, I will show up as I should every time. Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, yeah, that's it.
I feel that we're going to have to tackle this
another time. Okay,
yeah.
No, you already know. I think what I thought, and I think it all. Yes.
Yeah. Something sounds what they say afoot with this one. All right. So before we get up out of here, let me ask one more question. Has a dude ever out freaked you? Oh, okay. This should be good.
Has the dude ever out freaked me?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Okay. And what happened? How did he out freak you?
Yeah. How did he out freak me is crazy.
Oh, this one got you All kind of discombobulated, huh?
Let me think.
I give you time. I need to have the Jeopardy shit going on. You know what I mean?
Because I sit here, has a dude ever out freaked me? I know a nigga has out freaked me. So as we thinking about like the nastiest thing a nigga done did to me, or like,
sure, we could go that way.
Okay. Yeah. A nigga ate me while I was on my period before. Yeah, that was definitely out freaked for sure. Look, you asked. Do you ask these questions and look at me crazy, but you say you want me on here because I'm open. Like, what you want? Like, that was some freaky.
All right. Did he know or did he not know prior to?
So, it was a couple times.
Oh, he did this numerous times. Gotcha.
Different niggas, but let me tell my story.
Go ahead.
It was one nigga. I was young as hell. I sold him some pussy. I didn't sell him pussy. He wanted to eat my pussy for some money. Well, I sold it, and I was on.
Okay, I was about to say semantics.
It's semantics. It was sold. I was on my period. I cut my tampon string and I let him eat it. I cut it. I cut my tampon string.
Yeah.
It was another time. The other two times it was just niggas that loved me and they just did it.
Okay.
Yeah. This is gonna be the most awkward interview ever. What the fuck?
So, did you kiss them afterwards?
No, I didn't. I might have if they tried to kiss me, though. I don't know, but I did not.
Okay, you started to earn this 200%. Okay,
on it. Wait a second.
You gotta go up in levels. We didn't get to the 300 yet. We at the 2.
Oh my goodness.
We at the 2. All right. Go ahead. What? You said P.
I said period.
Oh. Literally.
All these interviews I got so far on my mama. Ralph Ralph finna treat my ass like you got on there and showed your ass, bitch. Like,
yeah, because he does watch the show. I
know he does.
Well, I felt like, so, like I said, I seen you doing the round robins of podding. So I felt like I didn't want to do the same typical interview. So I did ask some typical questions, but I threw some haymakers in there as well. So you couldn't catch your footing. I like that.
I peeped that, and you get me ready for the big game. Your ass caught me off guard with a couple of questions while I was over there like nervous than a motherfucker.
Yeah. So my worst quality is everything that I do, right? Like I try to do to the best of my ability and to the fullest of my ability. So even when I'm interviewing or I'm talking to somebody, I have certain people on for certain specific reasons. That's why my show doesn't have a set tempo or theme or, something like that. Like for real, I think I've asked you more sex questions than I normally ask my porn star people that come on here. You know what I mean? Besides like the typical normal shit that we all go through. But I wanted to make sure I gave you some very thought-provoking questions and some very moments as well.
You definitely did. You're gonna have my fans looking at me like, bitch.
Yeah, they gonna come out dressed as a tampon next. I don't know what they gonna do.
That bitch, my mom was taking that to the grave. I wonder if he gonna ever watch this shit ever. Like, you remember me, baby.
There's so much I could say about that, but I won't. So we're about to get up out of here. She definitely came on here and gave me the interview that I was hoping and that I enjoy. Thought I had you a couple times where you're about to like clam up a little bit, but you kept it moving. You kept it moving. So go ahead, tell the people who you are, what you got going on, where they can find you at.
Okay, so I'm a female rapper from the Midwest, born and raised in Southside Chicago, Illinois, Inglewood. But my music is based in Des Moines, Iowa. You can follow me on everything at Petty Ass Punkin, PettyAsspunkin. You can follow me on Twitter at Hoes and Skittles. And make sure you subscribe to my YouTube at Petty Ass Punkin. Make sure you go listen to my new single, Whatever, produced by Sean Ferrari. Tap in the Trench Bitch, Volume 1. It's out right now. And Trench Bitch, Volume 2 is dropping 2025.
Is there any date for that? Or is it just 2025?
Right now, it's just 2025. We did set on maybe March. So that's what we're looking for.
So still in quarter one.
Still in quarter one. So okay. We singles. Oh, my bad. Hold on. We're gonna have some singles dropping soon from the album. Whatever is actually the first single from the album. And it's out right now.
Okay. So this year, your favorite, I don't know, porn guy, porn enthusiast, exotic, erotic photographer, videographer, and all of the above. Hektek from Hektek Desires. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Hektek Desires. You can Google me. A lot of shit pop up. Also, check out my dry humping series, Dry Bone. And Whatever by Hektek is on all social media platforms. The only difference is We by Hektek on Twitter, but everything else is the same. Whatever by Hektek spelled all the way out. And with that, I say my little saying: keep those loyal that are loyal to you. Keep those shit. You done got me stumped now. Keep those loyal that are loyal to you. Keep those close that are close to you. And just don't do anything that you don't want to do. And with that, we are out.